Welcome to Flight Deck School of Supernatural Ministry. We are about ready to get launched. Launched into the arms of the Father. Sit back, buckle up, and take a ride. There you go. Yeah, share your testimony.
Kind of really wasn't prepared. I have a lot of juggling things right now, but I'll just kind of wing it. um, so I kind of grew up with like we went to church, but it was more of a to-do list where it's kind of like doing laundry. Check, we went to church. Um, just never really heard about having a relationship with God, and went to college. Um, when I was, I guess, during my teen years, uh, kind of was influenced by my sister, who was not a good influence, who kind of was into the party scene. So I was doing, um, drinking and, yeah, just going to parties. And so when I was in college, I just had this, just, I had this moment where I thought, if all of a sudden, like, I realized none of those people are my friends. And so literally one night I dropped everybody. And so I was alone on Friday nights and didn't know what to do. And I guess you could say God kind of saw that I was right. And, in college, you kind of like always open to opportunities. And so God sent someone from Campus Crusade because she knocked around people's doors to invite them to, come to their events. And so she came to my door and I was there. No, it's just I wasn't there initially. My roommate was there, which she was like so much atheist and so much the other way. So that was kind of amusing that she had a conversation with her, and my roommate was the one that told me about this. And so I thought, well, I have nothing else to do. What do I have to lose? And so I started going there, and I started seeing they had something that I wanted. The lady who came to my door ended up leading me to God, and yeah, I just kind of had that honeymoon phase with God, and so I felt like God wanted me to change professions. I feel like he wanted me to change, going to like a different school. I took a little break, but I feel like he wanted me to go to this one school, and um, so I guess you could say I felt my relation with God maybe still was kind of like at a baby level. Um, it's like I knew about God through a lot of head knowledge, but I didn't really know him like in a deeper level in my heart. And it was, I guess, say many years later, that I felt like he. It was kind of like sometimes you have like a one step of faith that leads to another faith that leads to another faith. Um, God opened. I had a faith for a job, and then God just started opening up doors. I felt like He wanted me to go to this healing retreat, and I was like, I didn't know why. All I know is that He wanted me to go, and I felt like it was like Moses, like He parted the way for me. So it was so clear. And when I went there, it was um, like 7 days of open heaven. I went from a church where like, stuff about Holy Spirit freaked me out. And I was like, okay, I it was at a church that didn't practice that stuff. And then when I went to the healing retreat, I felt like that it was like I experienced so many things on a supernatural level. Um, I experienced like prophecy for the first time. I experienced angels. I experienced like God's love, like radical love, like rest and peace, and so many things that I hadn't really experienced before. And I felt like that when I had experienced His love, I felt like then He broke through all my walls. And I felt like when I experienced His love, then all the hell inside me came out. And I think He's been trying to heal me of I kind of grew up in a really rough background. best way I can describe it, it's like was hell on earth. That it was like being in a war zone. My own family was like a war zone, um and I'm still trying to walk out that healing, but I felt like when I was at the healing retreat, God's love broke through my walls, and then all this stuff started coming out of me. And so after that event, like I just felt like my life completely flipped upside down. Um, so I felt like that he, like I was very suicidal from the time I was born because of all that I've been through. And then when I went to that encounter, I experienced so much of God that it flipped me on the other side where I wanted to, experience him. Um, I came back from the retreat and I just was all seeking him on supernatural levels, completely changed churches, changed how I read the Bible, worship. I know it's through that healing retreat, like he healed me of depression. He healed. So all of a sudden I believed in healing because I feel like I encountered it. So then I'm like, what have I not experienced a God that's out there that I don't know? And so I kind of just started pursuing being around people and just kind of, just walking and, praying for people on the streets and um, just a lot of different things that I don't know how to put it on a grid for, but so and I felt like I had moved out here because I felt like I wanted to seek more of God and to simplify my life. Things have not kind of worked out like I planned. Um, but I think because of that love encounter with God, it keeps me hanging on through like the really tough times. And um, yeah, so I guess that's I was trying to figure out how to condense it.
No, that sounds good. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad he spared you and he's helping you find wholeness. So did you gain anything from the class?
Yes, I mean, through like the different the teachings, they stirred up things that I feel like that God has put in me. Um, um, yeah, it's just made me want to things like hear, clear from God, to be more intentional about stepping out and praying for people. Um, yeah. I mean, unfortunately, my dad passed, so it kind of it kind of put things on delay with not being able to be as attentive as I wanted to with the class. But yeah, I mean, I've learned a lot, and I want to go back and like review the videos and the teachings and just keep pursuing him.